Hi everyone and welcome to Easy Chefs at Home. I'm Jared Soretta. Today's show is dedicated to easy entertaining. Now whether you're an amateur or a pro in the kitchen, we're going to show you how easy entertaining can be with two renowned award-winning chefs, including Chef Steve McMullen and Peter Eckert. They have a combined working history of over 50 years in the business, and they have cooked for many notable personalities, Hollywood celebrities, the Prime Minister of Canada, even the Queen of England. And they're going to show you how easy these recipes can be done in your very own home. And we're going to do all that when we come back. Stay with us.
I got it good. I got it good. I got it good. Wish upon a star, wish for you, baby. I wish upon a star, I wish upon a star, I worship you, baby. I got it good. I got it good. I got it.
Welcome back to Easy Chefs at Home. We are now in the kitchen with our two experts. Here they are, Chef Steve and Chef Peter.
Hi, I'm Chef Steve and this is Chef Pete. We are your Easy Chefs at Home. Check us out, culinarycommunity.com.
It's going to be a great night tonight. We're going to talk about easy entertaining at home.
Absolutely. You know, lots of different fresh, unique Canadian flavors, influences, also some incredible European flair.
With a few tricks and some unique creativity because your guests are going to love it.
Let's face it, nowadays there's lots of discussions and concerns about our health, right?
Yeah.
Low fats, low salts, high in omega-3, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at some, I want it so easy though that anyone can do these dishes, and I want them quick.
And you can do all of this at home yourself. So everything we're going to do tonight is very simple. It'll be step by step. It'll be safe. It'll be clean. You'll have a blast.
And you know what, lastly, let's just get to one point. All of these types of styles of food can be found very easily on the internet. And just because this is what we're presenting it to you tonight, okay, doesn't mean that's the only way that it has to be done.
No, that's right, Steve. And we're going to show you some tricks, as we alluded to earlier, and some very nice finishes. First item that we have, we're going to talk a little bit about some Manitoba bison.
Very nice.
So there we are. I'm just going to season up the bison here with a little bit of that blackening spice. We have our hot skillet going here. Basically, it's only a few minutes on each side. So we're just a little thin coating on one side, put the seasoning side down first. You got a good sizzle, that's definitely important, so that we sear in the good flavors. And then just a little bit of seasoning on the other side. So I've turned the steak over here now, and we're just finished cooking it for about 2 minutes on the one side. And once we cook it to about rare, we're going to take it off, let it rest. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Saskatoon berry jelly, and we're going to put it in a frying pan with a little bit of some white wine just to thin it out a little bit. And our steak is cooking there. And of course, I've laid out here the steak that we've already blackened. So the idea there is that we're just going to slice it in a couple thin slices, put it on the skewers, and away we go. So just a little bit of white wine, just to thin out our Saskatoon berry jelly.
Very nice.
So there it is for us. So you see I've sliced the bison really thin. It's nice and rare. Just taking our skewer here. And this is just tempered to room temperature. So we're just going to weave it on, putting it through the stick just a couple times. Very simple, very easy to do. So our steak is finished blackening, and of course we used our steak that we rested for about 15 or 20 minutes minimum. Because if you notice, this steak is rare, but it's not bleeding. So all the flavor is in the bison. So just cutting off the bottom of the apple because, you know, a lot of times we don't get our height on all our appetizers when we're entertaining at home. So this is what we're doing for the
entertaining.
For the bison ourselves. That's right, easy entertaining.
Wow.
So
Now, you know what? I can't wait for our guests to see that because
That's gonna look awesome.
It's the height factor, and you see how they wobble? Wobble, 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 wobble. People are going to see it, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so incredibly beautiful. And you know
Right
what?
here in the center of the
How
plate.
easy was it, though, really?
Oh, very simple.
Now, you know what? There's also, never mind the yum yum fats. There's one that we've been working on for a little while, Peter. I have been, and it's been pretty silly, and Maria hates it. But that's the give the meat pillows and a blanket, right? Wow.
Real good.
Whew. Do we have anything green to put on there?
Anything green to put on
Some
there?
fresh herbs, maybe?
Sure,
On the offset?
absolutely. Let's get some of that fresh
Wow.
dill going here.
Okay, so give it pillows and a blanket. What the heck, Steven? Okay, it means when your meat is cooking hot like this, the juices inside are jumping up and down like crazy. And unless you slow that down and let that meat rest, or you give it pillows and a blanket, it's never going to be soft and tender like those pieces are that Peter's got.
There
Look
we
at
go.
it. All right.
Beautiful. There it is. Nice and simple. The folks come and take one. We have our little trick here with our empty wine bottle. Little rub.
Whoa.
No holes in the garbage bags.
Peter, what are you on?
We're getting ready to do the PEI oysters. So when we put the oyster in the towel, we just basically fold the towel over like this here and give us a little pocket to put the knife just under the oyster like this, hold it firmly, and we're not pushing directly into the oyster. We're just giving it a little snap, sort of a 90-degree snap. And
So that's the second error that I did.
And that's
First of
what we're
all-
looking for, right?
First of all, I never wrapped the oyster up with a rag. And second of all,
There it is.
I didn't just twist it, obviously. I was using the screwdriver technique, as Peter called it, and just jabbed the side of the oyster, missed it, and put it in my hand.
So there it goes. You just slide it underneath, keep as much juice as possible inside,
Now, why is that?
because that's where all the flavor is, right? So you want to make sure that you check for any loose shell, and you disconnect it right here, and you don't want to have that connective tissue when you eat it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare a few, and I have a few done, right? But what we want to do is, you've seen them in the half shell, but what's very popular now is to do sort of that oyster shooter, and this here allows the customer to have a little bit more of a high scale style one, and we're going to put a little bit of some of that tomato broth with some saffron salt in there. It's very important that you keep your oysters fresh, you keep them chilled, and of course you don't soak them in water because they're going to drown, right? We're just going to separate them and pop them in the glass, just like this. This is very clean.
Now, would this also be classified as tapas style as well?
This is, yes. Just
So-
not on the spoon, just single serve.
That's
Yep.
like two different ways or classifications of food. So all you people who are looking to write menus and fancy menus, it's the same food, only
we
it's
go.
written fancy.
So we're going to use a little white wine, some of the flax oil that we have here, a little bit of tomato juice, a little bit of water, and we're going to toss it together with some of that fennel saffron salt, a little cracked pepper on top, lemon, and away we go. So I just finished crushing up a little bit of the sea salt underneath my knife because we don't want the pieces being too big in this dish here. So I've squeezed a little bit of some fresh lemon. I'm going to put a little bit more in there.
Nice.
And just a minute ago, you see me chopping up the skin. Well, that's called zesting. And so we put this in here so we get a little bit of a nice finish at the end. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in now because we don't want to put in too much because then you can't take it out, right? So we'll mix it in there. We'll taste it up one more time, and I think we're ready to go with our oyster shooters. We're going to put a little bit more of the sea salt on top, just a little pinch.
Beautiful.
We got some natural salts coming out of the oysters, right?
Yes.
So there we have it. Cheers.
Cheers to the new year
All right.
2010.